morning, respected principal, teachers, and my dear friends. I am Shuban from class 7th A. Today, I am going to present a book review on the book 51 Scintillating Tales. The book consists of 51 short stories written by children and was published on December 2021. Keekly, an educational and charitable trust based on Shimla, announced a story writing competition in April 2021. Children and youngsters from all around India submitted their original stories. A team of writers and poets led by Mrs. Vandana Bhagra and Sonia Dogra judged the stories and selected 51 best out of them. These stories found place in this book. The book is really a perfect anthology for children and youngsters. Every story has a distinct flavor of creativity and is a must-read for all book lovers. There are stories based on adventure, science fiction, ghost stories, COVID pandemic, princesses, pirates, things around us, etc. There are fables, fairy tales, stories about outer space, and story on what could have happened to your soul during coma. The stories in this book are put into 4 sections based on age group. I will tell briefly about one story that I liked the most from each of the sections, but I will not reveal the full story to retain the curiosity of the reader. Furthermore, in this book, a story of mine is published. In the first section, there were very few stories. I have chosen the story titled Mia and Patch by Ira Lobo. In this story, a little girl called Mia wakes up and gets ready for school. The morning goes as usual, but today is her mom's birthday. She wishes her mom and goes to school. In fact, Mia could only convey her birthday wishes to the photograph of her mother. Mia had to undergo a tragedy a year back when her mother passed away. As the day goes on, a friend of her, Lily, tells her that she is about to have a sibling. This upsets Mia because she longed for a similar company. She also did not want to go out for dinner with her father. In the end, her father is able to lift her mood. Later part of the story is how she finds companionship of 2 dogs. In the second section, my story was published. Agni's Great Rescue by Shuban. In the kingdom of King Gyanaditya, there was peace and harmony everywhere. His son Agni decided to go out on an adventure, sailing across the vast waters of the sea, but was still given a ring to protect himself from magic spells. Soon enough, he set sail. On the way, pirates suddenly invaded their ships. Agni comes out victorious. The leader of the pirates reveals that a group of monsters have taken over the kingdom of King Dev Burman. They turned the royal family into stones and imprisoned the princess. They put him and his soldiers into a spell to become pirates. When Agni reaches the king's palace and knocks on the door, there is no response. He goes into the top floor to find the royal family turned into stone. He meets the princess there. Later part of the story is how Agni defeats the monsters. In the third section, the story I have chosen is The Silver Trinket by Anjali Shinde. Henry and his friends Goldie were speeding up in their bike, being chased by bullies. When they finally escaped, he fell down. He was covered in mud. He found a silver trinket and decided to keep it. They both went to Henry's home. HH was carved on the trinket. The next day there was a school camping trip. They all went to the camping spot in the jungle. When it was almost dark, the bullies challenged Henry and Goldie to go ahead on the road ahead in the dark. Despite Goldie's reluctancy, Henry and Goldie went ahead on that road. Soon they discovered that the part of the forest they were lost in was not on the map. When suddenly they saw a creature lurking in the dark. It was a dragon. Will they be able to save themselves from the dragon? Is all this even real? The reader of the book can find it out themselves. In the fourth section, the story My Isolation Days by Harshita Rane is what I have selected. During the lockdown, some people went out for morning walks and exercise. The Himanshi and Anika are among them. The second wave of the COVID arrived and soon they are infected. The government of India, in the meantime, decides to quarantine the infected people in old jails in groups of 5. The 2 girls are quarantined in a cellar in the Prussian Blue Prison in Andaman Islands. Surprisingly, the group consisted of 6 people. Apart from them, there were 2 boys, Harish and Sonu, who were their classmates, a Punjabi woman named Jasi, and a girl named Sapna. The news about mysterious deaths in the prison spreads. Himanshi and Anika come to know that the authorities don't know that Sapna was a member of their group. Some days later, when Himanshi was sleeping, she saw a terrifying creature near the bed. When she looked again, it was gone. Once they find Jasi lying on the floor with her hands and mouth covered in a white powder. Later parts of the story reveals the mystery of Sapna and the mysterious deaths in the prison. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the video.